There's something magnetic about a person who lights up from within. Their eyes widen, their voice quickens, their body leans in. And if you pay close attention, something indescribable begins to glow around them, as though joy has entered the room through the back door of their soul. It's hard to look away. And more importantly, it's hard not to feel something awaken within you too. Why do you think that is? What is it about someone speaking about their passion, their favorite book, their obsession with insects, their love for jazz or poetry or data science, that draws us in with gravitational pull? Why does it feel like we're not just witnessing beauty, but remembering something vital about being alive? Let's take a long, luxurious walk through the mystery, one where neuroscience meets poetry, physics flirts with metaphysics, and you arrive at the edge of the universe, only to discover that the answer lives within your chest. From a neurological perspective, witnessing someone talk about what they love activates mirror neurons in your brain, specialized cells that allow you to feel what someone else is experiencing. Their joy becomes your joy. Their enthusiasm floods your circuits like a secondhand sunrise. It's why we laugh when others laugh, cry at fictional movies, and feel oddly inspired when a stranger shares a wild dream with shining eyes. There's something else happening too: emotional contagion. When someone radiates passion, their nervous system emits coherence, a rhythmic and synchronized pattern of energy. Their heart and brain come into alignment, a measurable state known in neuroscience as heart-brain coherence. In this state, they become like tuning forks. You, being the sensitive biological antenna that you are, begin to unconsciously attune to that frequency. You become regulated by their resonance. It's not just admiration, it's entrainment. Studies have shown that the human electromagnetic field extends several feet beyond the body, and that emotions like love and joy literally create stronger, more ordered fields. When someone talks about what they love, they're not just expressing emotion, they're radiating harmony. And like moths to a flame, we move toward the warmth. There's a deeper psychology at play too, and it speaks to something ancient in us. People who sparkle when they talk about what they love remind us of aliveness. In a world dulled by routine, fear, comparison, and obligation, it is a radical act to be fully engaged. To not apologize for being obsessed with the mating habits of birds or the rhythm of bossa nova drums or restoring old motorcycles. These people glow not because they're trying to, but because they've surrendered to something that makes them forget to self-monitor. And when we see that, we remember our own inner compass. We remember the 5-year-old version of ourselves who couldn't wait to tell someone about the bug we found in the yard. We remember what it felt like to get lost in drawing or dancing or building. We remember what it was like before we were told we needed to be useful, strategic, polished, or impressive. To witness someone sparkle is to come home to our own essence. That is why it feels beautiful, not just because they are beautiful, but because they remind us of what we are when we're not afraid. Now let's go beyond the skin and skull. Let's leave the laboratory and step into the cosmos. If the universe is, as some physicists suggest, a vibrational field of potentiality, then every thought, feeling, and focus acts as a frequency emitter. Passion, then, is not just personal, it's cosmological. When you speak about what you love, you are not just lighting up your brain, you are aligning your signal with a higher order. You are becoming a magnet, a lighthouse, a tuning rod. The universe, that strange responsive mystery we call reality, begins to echo back the frequency you emit. In ancient traditions, this was called sympathetic resonance. In modern circles, it's been watered down to law of attraction, but the principle remains the same. The clearer and more joyful your signal, the more harmonized your surroundings become. When you speak about what you love, you start to notice new opportunities, kindred spirits, synchronicities. You feel guided. It's not magic. It's biology and physics, poetry and pattern. There is even evidence in quantum mechanics that observer consciousness collapses probability fields into form. In simpler terms, attention births reality. So when someone passionately focuses on what lights them up, they are not just enjoying themselves, they are actively generating reality. Sculpting from the invisible. They are not passive recipients of fate, they are co-creative agents. In that sense, the sparkle we witness is not just enthusiasm. It's creation in motion. There's another layer, one that can't be measured but can be felt. Joy, when shared, does not divide. It multiplies. Unlike material resources, which diminish with distribution, passion and love expand when expressed. When someone talks about what they love, even if we don't share the same interests, we are invited into their inner cathedral. We are reminded that life can be deeply textured, full of enchantment and specificity. And if they can feel that way about bees or poetry or antique radios, maybe we can feel that way about something too. In that moment, their sparkle becomes a mirror. And that mirror shows us two things. One, there is something within us that longs to be lit up too. Two, we are worthy of our own aliveness. It's not about being impressive. It's about being immersed. You cannot fake the glow. People can detect performance from a mile away, but passion, real gut-level fascination, it cannot be manufactured, it must be unearthed. So how do we reclaim this sparkle? You begin by following your joy in private. You become curious about what excites you when no one's watching. You stop asking, will this be productive? And start asking, does this make me feel alive? You read that weird book. You sign up for that obscure workshop. You say yes to the thing that feels oddly electric. You let yourself fall in love with something again, not for money or status or Instagram, but because your soul aches to express. And when you do, the glow returns. People will ask what changed. Your skin might look clearer. Your laugh might come quicker. Your presence becomes medicine. And perhaps most miraculously, you begin to attract others who are lit from within. Because spark recognizes spark. In the end, this all comes back to something wondrous and humbling. We get to be conscious and creative. We are one of the few known species that can imagine a world and then try to build it. We can feel joy and choose to share it. We can become artists, scientists, chefs, dancers, mothers, philosophers, or all of the above, in one lifetime. We can write a poem about the moon and then walk outside and feel it on our skin. We can cry over a song we've heard 200 times simply because it reminds us of a summer that once mattered. We can sparkle simply by opening our mouths and talking about something we love. That is not ordinary, that is divine. Maybe the universe created humans just so it could hear itself sing. Maybe our passion is not just a personal preference, but a cosmic whisper saying, yes, this is why I made you. So the next time someone's eyes light up when they speak, pause. Let it sink in. Let their passion remind you of your own. Let it break the trance of numbness. Let it rearrange your molecules and ignite the dormant constellations in your chest. And maybe, just maybe, become one of those people too. Because when you sparkle while talking about what you love, you are not just being beautiful. You are being real. You are being human. And oh, how lucky we are to be that.